Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Darkside Phil here, and my stuff is not on the screen. Wow, what a great start. There we go. No, wait a minute. There we go. It would help if all the stuff was on the screen. DSP here. Welcome to the weekend preview. Today is Sunday, March 19th, 2017. At least it's almost 9 p.m. Eastern time when I'm filming this. I'm running massively behind tonight because I have so much stuff going on behind the scenes these days. There is a lot to talk about in this weekend preview, but before we even get there, I'll address the elephant in the room. This is a big-ass pimple on the right-hand side of my face. It hurts like the dickens, and I'm hoping it will go away soon, so now everyone can stop speculating. What is that on his face? There you go. But outside of that, welcome to the weekend preview. We've had a fun week this past week. I'll talk a quick bit about that for those who haven't been in the loop. And this coming week, we've got brand new games and one high-profile AAA game everyone's been waiting to see me play. So let's talk. All right. First of all, this week, lots of fun stuff going on. I have my ongoing playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on my Twitch TV channel, which is twitch.tv/DarksidePhil, and I've been uploading it to DSP Gaming one day staggered. Okay, if you want to see the latest stuff of Breath of the Wild, you have to go to my Twitch channel where either you see it live or I leave it archived as a highlight every single day as a highlighted stream. There you can actually watch it with the stream chat and everything integrated into it, which is pretty neat. But if you don't like Twitch and you want to watch it on DSP Gaming, you can, but the videos have been one day delayed simply because I'm not making any money on those videos. They're instantly getting claimed by Nintendo. So my focus for that gameplay really is Twitch, but I am uploading it slowly to DSP Gaming when I get the chance, okay? Also, this week I began Danganronpa. This is the Patron's Choice playthrough. Thank you to the patrons from January who actually nominated and voted for this game. Boy, this game is interesting. It's kind of like a combination of Phoenix Wright with a murder mystery, only it's a lot more adult-oriented. There's swearing, there's gore. It's really cool, and I'm doing this completely as an offline playthrough. It is not live-streamed whatsoever on Twitch TV. It's only for DSP Gaming, and I've did 4 sessions of that so far, so about 8+ hours of that game has already been uploaded to DSP Gaming if you haven't seen it yet. And there is a group, a hardcore group, who are loving that playthrough and want to see it continue, alright? I'm going to address that in this video so you know exactly what to expect this week, okay? So that's what's been going on gameplay-wise this past week. Outside of that, my Teespring shop was still live. I'll be honest, this week my Teespring shop really slowed down, but then this Friday I received, as you can see here, my Teespring stuff, and I'm wearing a shirt right now. I'm actually going to be wearing a different shirt during the next couple of days here to show it off, and I actually got my mug, my Teespring mug. Isn't that cool? All the merch showed up. I made a video about it right here yesterday, and immediately I got another influx of orders, which is great. So if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. It's up there. And tonight, in fact, immediately following my filming and uploading of this video, I'm going to be adding 2 new designs to the shop tonight, okay? The reason I'm doing this is for variety. I don't want that shop to get stagnated and not to have anything new. So once a week, I think I'm going to update it with 1 to 2 new designs. So over the next several weeks, there'll always be a constant inflow of new stuff. In fact, I now have 2 new people working on designs. I already have 6 designs to add to the shop. I got 2 new people working on more designs. So pretty sweet. Definitely liking the stuff. And people are liking the stuff on Teespring as well. So give it a look if you haven't, all right? So, streaming's been great. My streaming this week has been consistently good. Every day people are coming out and watching the streams and participating, and everything is good so far, fingers crossed. And this past week was the first week my new partnership away from Machinima. And guess what? I'm making more money with the new partnership than I did with Machinima in February. So whatever happened, happened. Whatever's changed. I don't know, because I'm with a new company. There's higher ad revenue percentages or whatever. I have no idea. But I saw a sharp, steep increase in income so far since I've been with the new company. So thumbs up there. To hell with Machinima, I guess, and just moving on forward positively, okay? So, that's what's been going on this past week. Let's talk about this coming week because, holy crap, this is going to be an exciting one. First of all, you know, Zelda, I'm going to continue playing it. I'm going to balance it in with everything else. Danganronpa, yes, you will see some of that. But primarily this week, let's face it, the big talk of everyone is Mass Effect Andromeda. All right. Mass Effect Andromeda, which comes out Tuesday, although you may be surprised because everyone seems to have played it already, and you're saying, why is that? Well, it's because in their stupidity, and yes, I say that very firmly, in their fucking stupidity, Electronic Arts has this stupid program called EA Access, where if you pay them extra money, you get to play their games early, but only if you're getting them on PC or Xbox One. This program is not compatible with the PlayStation 4, which is the console that I'm definitely getting Mass Effect Andromeda on. And you can only play these games for a certain amount of time. In this case, Mass Effect Andromeda, you can only play it for 10 hours, regardless of the fact that it's been reported it's at least 30 plus hours long. So you can only play the first third of the game when the game is in development. Man, really, you haven't unlocked a lot of the upgrades and abilities that are going to make the game better in the long run. And what's happening is a lot of people are panning the game. Like, oh, the facial animations are terrible. The early game is so boring. The first planet is so boring. This game sucks. And it's terrible. It's going to have a terrible, score on Metacritic, and no one's going to like this game. There haven't been any official reviews yet because there's been a review embargo. But I digress. Doing a 10-hour preview of a game for only a select group of people who pay for the access is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't benefit the game publisher, it doesn't benefit the game itself, and it doesn't even benefit the gamers because now they gotta wait for another fucking whole weekend before they can actually play the real game. How stupid. I didn't do this stupid EA Access. I was busy with Zelda, and I was playing Danganronpa, and I said I'm not going to spend extra money and be forced to play this on the Xbox One, which I don't want to play Mass Effect Andromeda on. I wanted to play it on PS4. So I held out, and hey, the whole internet going crazy about Mass Effect Andromeda. Here's the way I'm approaching it. All right, number one, everyone knows I'm a huge fan of the Mass Effect franchise. I loved all three, 1, 2, and 3. I really liked those games, even though, let's face it, the one let down in 3 was really that all those promises of the series that all your choices would tie in and have an effect really didn't have an effect on 3, and that was bullshit, and everyone agrees there. But I've been really excited to return to the Mass Effect universe. It's been a long time, 5 years, since there was a new Mass Effect game for us to play, and I'm very excited to jump into Andromeda. Now, I'm going to be fair in my criticism and reactions to the game. If the facial animations are terrible for me, I'm going to say that. If there's things in the game that just are sucking, I'm going to say that. But I'm also going to try to not have this negative air in the back of my head just because everyone thinks it's funny to make fun of Mass Effect Andromeda right now. I'm not going to completely destroy the game and or be unfair to it. I'm going to play it for what it is at face value. That's what I've always done. I pride myself on being an honest gamer and giving you my honest opinion, not being swayed one way or the other because of what everyone who's the popular kids are making fun of Mass Effect right now. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play it and see for myself what this game is, all right? So I've got an open mind, a positive attitude, and I want to see what this game actually is this week. So, here's the schedule. Tomorrow, Monday, which is March 20th, I am doing a Zelda stream starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time like usual. It'll be around a 4-hour gameplay stream. It'll be fun. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be tackling the Gerudo Desert, Divine Beast, the big camel. That's what's going to be tomorrow, okay? So that's going to be fun, that, and then moving on, there's only one other area, really, the northwest of the map that I haven't done yet, and I'll try to head up there and do that, and then looks like, maybe within a few more sessions of Zelda, I may actually be completing the game, which is good, because it's taking freaking forever, okay? Not that that's a bad thing, because there's a lot of content. It's fun. I've never had a session yet of Zelda that's felt boring, okay? It's been fun the entire ride that I've been playing. I think I've done 11 sessions at this point, so that's over 44 hours. I'm still having fun with the game. That says something, okay? So that's tomorrow, 11 a.m. After that, I'm going to upload today's batch of Zelda videos to DSP Gaming. As I said, I've been uploading them one day staggered, okay? So you'll get today's batch, which was the Gerudo Desert. I was looking through the Gerudo Desert. I did some, shrines and dungeons in that area. That's what you're going to see on DSP Gaming tomorrow for Zelda. I'm going to go out to dinner. When we get back from dinner, I'm going to try to squeeze in a session of Danganronpa, all right? I know that there's this fan base of people who love this style of game, and they want to see me play this game like crazy. I get that. I want to do another session of it before I get into Mass Effect, because I know once I get into Mass Effect, I'm going to be very involved with the game for a while. So I want to do one more session. I'm going to try to squeeze in maybe like an hour and a half to 2-hour session of Danganronpa. That will not be uploaded tomorrow. I'm going to clarify that. And there was no Danganronpa today. There will be no Danganronpa tomorrow. Why is that? Because tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be starting up the premiere stream of Mass Effect Andromeda on my Twitch channel, okay? It's going to be about 2 hours of gameplay starting when the game unlocks at 9 p.m., so we'll be roughly running from 9 to 11 p.m. Pacific time. I think it's going to be fun. We'll get to see those initial few hours of gameplay, character creation, which is always a blast, right? And doing all that stuff, and then we're going to jump right into the game and see how it goes, okay? And then I will be obviously streaming for 2 hours and uploading those videos to DSP Gaming tomorrow night late. So tomorrow you're going to see Zelda and you're going to see Mass Effect Andromeda on DSP Gaming, and you'll have Zelda and Mass Effect Andromeda streaming on my Twitch channel, okay? Tuesday, it's all about Mass Effect Andromeda. My first stream at 11 a.m. and the second stream at 7 p.m. So there's going to be 6+ hours of Mass Effect Andromeda on Tuesday. So within 1 day of the game releasing, I'll have played over 8 hours of the game. Pretty sweet, okay? Then, on Wednesday, it's my day off, and I know some people might say, what the hell, you're taking a day off right in the middle of the week of a new release? Yeah, and the bottom line is, the way that it works now, is that since I am working longer hours every day, I get to take that day off, and I have to do it per Leanna's schedule, because she has the hours, you know, I make my own schedule, she can't, she has the hours that she gets given, and this week, her only day off is Wednesday, so we had to have our day off on Wednesday. The good news is, I'm going to have 8+ hours of Mass Effect Andromeda footage saved up. I'm going to have that Danganronpa session saved up. And I'll have Zelda. So I'm going to be uploading videos Wednesday. Even though I won't be live streaming on Wednesday, I will be uploading tons of videos to DSP Gaming. I don't know if it'll be all 3 of those, but I'll definitely be uploading some videos to DSP Gaming. So you're going to get constant content. Even if I'm not live streaming every day, there will be videos every day. Okay, then Thursday, I'm back full force. I'll probably be doing 2 sessions of gameplay, and it's either going to be Mass Effect and Zelda or Mass Effect and Danganronpa. I'll see what is the demand at that point, okay? And yeah, then it'll be Mass Effect pretty much major every day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can expect Mass Effect every day as a major stream, okay? At night, will be dependent on what I feel like playing. Do I want to do Danganronpa or more Zelda? And that's going to take us into next week. Now, next week, again, let me address this because there's a lot going on next week. 3 major releases next week. We've got the final major DLC for Dark Souls 3. Yes, the final DLC is releasing next week, which is incidentally about 1 year from the release of Dark Souls 3 in Japan, which is when I started playing it because I got the Japanese version. So literally a year after the game released, the final DLC is releasing. I'm definitely doing that on stream. People are going to want to see that like crazy on stream. Are you kidding me? I'm also going to be doing the next episode of The Walking Dead Season 3, that's releasing the last week of March, okay? And MLB 17. Now, sadly, some things have changed, and let me explain. Because I'm no longer with my Machinima partnership, I'm not under a managed partnership. That means I can't do any licensed music in games, and primarily the games that I'm getting all these emails about right now, the games that are getting claimed, are a ton of these sports games, okay? A ton, an absolute ton of these sports games. Hold on a second. That stupid email. This is hilarious. Dude, I have to tell you this. This is hilarious. Some idiot... this is crazy, this just happened. Some idiot actually is trying to claim with YouTube that they own the trademark to DSP Gaming, which they don't. I just got an email about this right now. Some idiot is trying to say they own the trademark to DSP Gaming, despite the fact that I legally, publicly bought that trademark a couple years ago, and I definitely own it, and I have all the paperwork proving it. What a fucking idiot. Anyway, nothing's going to come of that. That's hilarious. Sorry I got distracted because I was actually looking for an email of one of these sports games that got claimed. Actually, you know what? I probably deleted. I got a bunch of them today, but I deleted them all. Some of the games, most of the games that are getting claimed are games like NBA 2K, my Madden playthroughs from back in the day, yes, MLB, all those videos. Basically, any of these sports games that I played that have licensed music in them, okay, sadly, just don't have I don't have the rights to have the advertisements on them anymore because I'm not in a managed partnership. All the music companies who the music is from are coming in and claiming the ad revenue on my videos, which makes no sense because the ad companies, I mean, these companies, these music companies have no rights to gameplay videos, but YouTube doesn't care. Their shitty content ID automated system claims all the revenue from them anyway. So if I play MLB, I have to play it with no music, and I hate to say that, that's kind of a detriment because the music is a big part of those games, you know, having it play in the background or whatever. It's funny, you react to it and you get into the groove of the games with it. To be just silent the entire game is gonna be kind of like, you know. I'm on the fence about playing MLB right now because of it, all right? I'll make an ultimate decision. Right now, my main focus for next week is gonna be the Dark Souls 3 DLC, The Walking Dead, and obviously continuing on with Mass Effect and continuing on with Zelda and anything that I haven't finished, which I know there's no way I'm going to be finishing all of the stuff by then. It's impossible, okay? So that being said, folks, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be playing MLB. I'll give you more information on that as we get closer to it. And or if I do play MLB, chances are it's not going to be next week. It'll probably end up being maybe in April when there's a lot of downtime, and I'll squeeze it in as one of the downtime games. Speaking of which, someone asked me, they said, Phil, the last schedule update video you did was early January, and a lot of games have release dates now. Things have changed. Are you going to be doing an update video regarding the rest of the year? And the answer is yes. Probably I'll be doing that in late March, early April, so that there's a better picture of what you can expect coming up, all right? I think that would be a lot of fun, all right? Or not a lot of fun, but a lot of information. It would be very informative. I said that's completely the wrong thing. I think that'll be very informative if I do that video coming up so you know, okay, April, May, June, here's the games coming out and what Phil's covering. In particular now, with my new style, with the streaming and everything, you're going to want to know, okay? All right, so that's the deal. Let me recap here for you, all right? Tomorrow, Zelda on stream. I'm going to try to squeeze in a session of Danganronpa offline, and then the premiere of Mass Effect Andromeda at 9 p.m. Tuesday, Mass Effect Andromeda all day on stream, okay? Wednesday, no streaming, but you're going to see uploads of several games, probably including more Mass Effect and either Zelda or Danganronpa. Thursday, Mass Effect Andromeda continues on stream, and it will be the main stream for the next several days until we reach next week, and I'll be balancing that with Zelda and Danganronpa stuff, okay? Next week will be new games with Dark Souls 3 DLC and with The Walking Dead's final episode, and then balance that in with all the stuff, obviously, this week that I hadn't finished. So crazy amounts of new content. I'm so hyped because I've been waiting 5 freaking years to play more Mass Effect. I love the Mass Effect franchise. You know, I mean, I'll be honest here. Unless this game was really terrible, I know I'm gonna love it. I love that universe. I love the sci-fi aspect of it. I like that you have these relationships and the quirky dialogue, and you can have these romances. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope if you can attend the streams, I hope you can be there. If not, check out the videos on DSP Gaming. It's gonna be a ton of fun to go back to the Mass Effect franchise. The Mass Effect franchise is one of those series that put me on the map as a YouTube gamer. People saw me play those games and said, damn, Phil's really entertaining playing those games. We got, you know, and that's what gave me a lot of popularity on YouTube to begin with. So hopefully you guys will check out this stuff, okay? All right, that's it, folks. Thank you for watching the Weekend Preview. Without further ado, thank you to the following February patrons who made the upcoming Worst Games Ever Marathon possible. And you know what? Good thing. Last thing in this video, I got to bring this up. This week, I upgraded the February patrons who needed forum upgrades, but I noticed not many of them went to the thread, the nomination thread on thekingofhate.com to nominate worst games or bad games for this upcoming marathon that's going to take place in April. I need you guys and gals who were upgraded this week to head to the forums and nominate bad games, okay? Because it's going to be one more week. I'm going to leave that poll open, and then I'm going to close it, or excuse me, I'm going to leave the poll open. I'm going to leave the thread open is what I meant to say. At the end of the week, I'm going to close that thread, turn it into a poll, so now the patrons can vote on what games will make it to that event, that marathon event in April, okay? So please, if you haven't, if you're a patron from February, please head over to the forums, go to the premium area for patrons, post up bad game nominations. At the end of this week, that'll close, become a poll, you'll be able to vote, and then we'll have that event rolling, okay? That is it, folks. Thank you for watching the Weekend Preview. Thanks to the following February patrons who made this upcoming event possible. Peace out, and see you tomorrow for Zelda and for the premiere of Mass Effect Andromeda. See you then. Peace out.